Welcome, Twinners. Hello, everybody. Hello, Justin.
Hello.
Another week, another call.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Another flurry of updates. We have a full show today. We're going to do a pretty interactive format, you and I, today, as you know.
Yeah. Do a bit of Q&A.
Yeah. Hope everybody had a good week. We're going to give you updates today on the product releases that are coming. We're going to talk about the twin pipeline, which is massive. So that's going to help you understand the use cases and what's coming and how people are using it and the momentum, which is tremendous. And then we're going to answer. We've done a lot of AMAs lately, and there's been some great questions. So we're going to answer several of those questions along with questions from our audience. And that's going to be a full show, Justin.
Yeah, it goes fast, doesn't it? So try and get in as much as we can. Yeah,
it really does. Well, you're up first. So we have a lot. We've already had a lot of product releases. Almost every week. Self-service has been a focus lately. There's been multiple upgrades there. Sint, obviously, over the last couple of weeks, we got a chance to look at that. And you're going to tell everybody what's coming.
Yeah, it's exciting. We've been working hard the last few weeks on what we're calling internally self-service phase 1. So that's to get more use out to the creators as soon as possible, to break that down into more detail. So self-service is as a phase 1 is launching next week, which is exciting. That's basically, we create the twin for the creator, and then the creator can use the platform to train their brain. Basically, they can upload the audio to train their voice, and keep improving the brain by adding more and more of their documents there. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. And then, like, the next big thing we're working on, which is in progress in parallel, is going to be the ability to actually purchase your twin on the product for our creators. So that's going to be on the My Twin section if you're familiar with the platform. And there'll be a package you can purchase with either fiat or the token. You can choose your package and you'll be able to, start getting your twin on the way. So that's going to open the floodgates a little bit more for the twins then. If our pipeline wasn't big enough already, Bill, for the twins that are being created at the moment. So that's going to go live around the 13th of March in a couple of weeks. So that's good. And then, like, where we're focusing further down the line on some of the product features that we'll be working on, it's finishing up self-service phase 2. So that's the ability to do everything yourself, create your twin, register, create it through UI, and that will really turn the taps on really for twins. We'll start to see twins popping up left, right, and center at that point. And then another exciting thing that we're working on, which I know you're a big fan of, is Twin TV. So that's a really cool feature. Ability for AIs to have conversations with each other. I often think about it like a talk show where, you have different AI guests from all walks of life, talking to each other, asking each other questions, which is pretty fascinating. So really looking forward to getting that one underway. We're also working on the ability to also sort of use your AI to look through LinkedIn. So if you're, it's particularly useful from my perspective in terms of, I have a meeting and I want to know about the person I'm about to have a meeting with. My AI will tell me. They'll tell me who they're connected to, where they went to school, what job they've been doing, what companies they've been working at, and that really opens up like an icebreaker for when you want to have a one-to-one conversation with a real person with users. So we've got this LinkedIn Synergy app that's being attached to Twin Protocol, which is pretty cool. I've talked about membership quite a bit on the program. So that's membership for token holders. So we're going to make sure that our token holders are looked after and given benefits within the twins themselves. So by holding tokens, they'll be able to get their own twins, as part of that process, and they'll have some nice features attached to the twins that they're creating. So that's coming later as well. So other than that, we've been pretty busy, as I know the accounts team have been, as well as the product team, actually creating twins for the creators out there. We can talk about the pipeline a little bit, I think, now, Bill, as well, of what's coming. But yeah, you're going to start to see an awful lot of twins going live on the application. There's hundreds at the moment in the queue of being worked on and processed. So yeah, it's exciting stuff.
That's a good update. I have to take a deep breath before you say all those things, because there's so much happening. And the Twin Studio has been so well received. For those of you that are new on the call and don't know everything about Twin, and you got through which was an amazing update from Justin, let's remind you what Twin is for. And we have a lot of AMA questions coming up that you and I are gonna dialogue on here. And the point of Twin Protocol is that we are helping people take advantage of the $15 trillion AI economy that is coming between now and 2030. And it's about 2 to 3 times the size of how big the internet was in total value. And we don't want anybody to be left behind. So these apps we're making, and we're working diligently to accent the protocol, Twin Protocol, including Twin Studio, where you can use your Twin Vault to create a script for you, and that's sent to a photorealistic avatar. And we work with partners on that. And then the LinkedIn Synergy agent and the Twin TV app. These are all super exciting ways for you to engage your twin and to be able to use it with the real world. And then also, as a protocol, we're working diligently with other partners to release through their apps and services. Angel AI, for example, which is a preeminent personal finance AI, and Twin have partnered to create Angel Twin. And the Angel goal is 1 billion twins, just that one partner. And then we're partnering with On1 and on IoT devices. And we're partnering with very strong authors. Already, we work with Deepak Chopra. We said it many times. We've got other authors with just as many books, and that's 90 books that we're partnering with. And the pipeline we're going to talk about in a second, which is there's 200 twins in the pipeline right now, not just for the individuals, but for their communities as well. It really opens up a scale. And we expect that this is our #1 way that you'll hear about us and go viral, is through the networks of others, whether it be partners like Angel or well-known authors or schools or businesses. And I know you got a question lately on that. So just to remind, the goal of Twin is to have a protocol where people can participate with their AI in the AI economy. And the challenge that we've been saying on AMAs, and I think we'll talk about more in a second after we get to the pipeline, is you must have your AI twin developed to thrive in the AI economy, because your AI is going to talk to other AIs on your behalf. And if you outsource that to the centralized companies, they may not do it in your best interest. So we'll talk about that more in a second. But great update. You're right. I just want to go back and say, I did see Twin TV last night. This is where your Twin Vault personified either in your audio. Remember, we have 4 ways to engage Twin Vaults today. Our core technology is our Twin Vault. That's where you put your training data. #1 is you can chat with a twin. So you can go into Twin Protocol right now, sign up for an account if you haven't done it, and chat with characters and people around our company and talk to them. Every time you chat with a twin, it builds your own twin brain. It adds data to your vault. So that's one way that your brain is going to learn, through simple interactions. Second interface we have is audio twin. So, we have the audio. People give permission to have their audio, and it talks on your behalf. And I saw that last night with Twin TV. I saw 2 audio twins talking to one another. It was myself and our CTO, Narinder. And it's like we're talking. It's like I was watching a Zoom of us basically talking, or like more of a podcast, actually, because it was audio.
Yeah.
And so the third way that you can talk to a twin is through photorealistic avatars. You've seen a lot of that in the past couple of weeks with Twin Studio. Your avatar can talk on your behalf to other people. I've been using it as email responses. We used it in the show at the beginning of the show last week. So, and then the fourth way is through our SDK and API. That SDK and the API around it is becoming so robust, it's going to be very easy to integrate all vaults into your application. We're working with another project called Perk, and Perk basically is your work profile in the blockchain. So your work, they're integrating Twin so that your work profile can work for you on your behalf at your company while you're not there. So there's so many amazing implementations, but remember, we're a protocol, and this Vault and ID powers so many things. So I just wanted to go back because we talked about the product update, but for people who are new, you can get your own AI twin. We're currently in the phase of we're curating twins. We're not just allowing anybody to come in and create a photorealistic twin because we're being very careful about the KYC around that because it's a powerful tool. And but we are releasing self-service. So once your twin is approved, you can go educate it. You can change the audio on it. You can change your picture, which can talk on your behalf. It's not quite photorealistic. It's more 2D or SD, we call it. And then eventually we are going to give you the option to change your video. And then we're doing some additional tools around that. So Justin, I just wanted to go back and just kind of give people the overview. Anything to add on for the newbies?
Yeah, I think like another thing worth mentioning, because I think there was a question about this last week, was how to get access to the SDKs and APIs. And to answer that, I would say last week we launched our new website, twinprotocol.com. So yeah, check it out, have a look. There's a section there under technology where you can go to our kind of GitHub repository, which has a list of APIs and SDKs, and that's a ever evolving repository, if you like. As we add more and more features, more and more APIs to give the tools to the developers out there, then that will be updated. So if you're interested in that side of things, go and check out twinprotocol.com.
You know, Justin, I'm actually going to bring the website up now. You did a masterful job on the website. Can you see it now?
It's coming. Yes.
Okay, great. I'm just going to move my screen around so I can see you too, so we can dial it. You did a masterful job on this, Justin. And
nice.
Can you walk people through the new features of the website so they understand where they can learn more information about us?
Yeah. So first of all, you can see this is our homepage. Really, we wanted to get the message across, like you can really understand very quickly what it is Twin Protocol as a product. So there's some screenshots there, some of our partners that we're already working with. So it breaks down into like, how do you create your twin? Or you may just want to go and chat to the twins that are already in the showroom. So that's something else that it teaches you and shows you about. And then it goes into more the sort of tech side of it with APIs for you to download. But also what we did here was did a lot of work to educate the community, hopefully, on the token itself. So we've made it very clear. There's a banner on the homepage that's just disappeared as you scroll down. But yeah, that basically gives you a little heads up that you can find out more about the token. There's a new token section, which is the first on the nav bar there. So you can go and read about the token, understand its utility, understand how you can get involved in purchasing the token, what's the use case of the token within the product itself. So a lot more sort of education around the token itself as well. And then we kind of break it down into solutions. So when we think about the website, there's kind of like three different personas, if you like. It's the person that just wants to integrate with and explore the twins, and talk to Winnie the Pooh and talk to all the other twins available. And then there's somebody who's a creator that wants to create their own twin, so there's a section for that. But then there's also enterprise solutions for businesses, people that want to take advantage of the protocol themselves and build out our AI solution for blockchain into their own products themselves as well, which is what we've been doing ourselves in working with bigger sort of partnerships across the board. So a lot more information, a lot clearer. It will teach creators. I think we're on the creator page here, little video of me talking through how it works. But yeah,
Let's play that real quick. This is your twin talking here, right?
Yes, this is taken through our twin studio.
Hello everyone, I'm Justin Edwards, VP of Product at Twin Protocol. Today, I'm thrilled to guide you through how creators like you can harness the power of our platform to create your very own twins. Let's dive in. At Twin Protocol, we're revolutionizing the way...
You can go watch that, obviously, but this is the way that people are using their twin studio, is they're creating training videos and using it on their website.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, it's been great to have the twin studio because, when we were reading websites, do we really scroll down all the way down to the bottom and read everything? Maybe some people might just want to watch a video. Tell me what it's about, and I don't need to read through the information. So it's for a bit more accessible, leveraging that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Happy with how it turned out, and yeah, thanks for everybody on the team that was involved and helped pull together and get this live. And obviously it will be evolving over time. We're going to be integrating Zendesk into the resources section at some point in the future, so that we can manage the sort of customer support elements a little bit more tidier. There's also like a new section, which is, if you go to the getting started, which is like an onboarding, like a quick onboarding guide for people that want to come in and understand what Twin is and how do I get involved. And so, gives you information about like what you need to do and how do you get started.
Yeah, everything's covered here. I think people get a really good feel for what's possible with Twin, and including the getting started part. So I think you'll all really enjoy the website. It'll help you understand more what's happening. It's even better place for news, a way to access twins. We started on this conversation by talking about the SDK. If you go to the developers part of the site, you will see the SDK. We have SDK documentation stored. So you can take a look at how to integrate with Twin. And you should. Every website should have a Twin. So that information is here as well. So great job. Love it. And I think it's going to be really useful for everybody.
Certainly will. I think if I had a quick scan of the questions earlier this morning for the AMA, and I think actually you could read the website now. It's all there, whereas before maybe there wasn't quite as much information as there should have been. Yeah.
Fantastic job. New website release. Make sure you go there. If you haven't signed up for a Twin, sign up for a Twin. You're going to want to get it. You're going to want to work to talk to us about creating your Twin now, because as Justin said in the intro part of the call, we are enabling Twin Core soon. And Twin Core means you must vault tokens to create your own Twin. And so you'll see that information in the coming week or so. This is a big step for us with utility. It's fundamental to creating your own Twin and your own vault. When we say Twin, we really mean creating your Twin vault and your Twin ID. And you want to ping us now before we launch that program, because you will need Twin token. Even if you acquire Twin with fiat and you pay with fiat to become a Twin Core member and creator, tokens will be stored in your vault. You must have token. We're a blockchain project. Those blockchain tokens power your Twin. So that was you mentioned that earlier, Justin, and that's a big upgrade for us.
That is, yeah, and that's going to be in the product around the 13th of March. So not long.
Amazing, coming really quick. And that preempts the launch. The Angel Twin is launching their front end, the AI agency they're building around Twin. Everybody, every partner we have will have to vault Twin in order to start a Twin vault. And you can think about that from a utility perspective as we go from hundreds of Twins in process, which we have now. Mm-hmm. Those creators, these are creators we're making, represent tens of millions of followers for their podcasts and Instagram. So people in queue right now, some of those people are top 50 podcasters in the world. So, and then, I was just on the phone last night with an author. So I guess I'm dovetailing into the pipeline now. So we might as well talk about that. And you've been real busy over the past couple of days creating Twins, maybe without mentioning names, because they have their own launch plans for each Twin, each partner. You want to talk about the type of Twins you've been creating?
The type of Twins?
you've been approving, I should say, the creators. Yeah. What they're using.
Yeah, I've been helping them on board and helping them get their twin set up. Yeah, and so it's not such a cumbersome task, to be honest. Like I think I could probably help out maybe like 15 a day, to be honest. Like it's super simple to do it now.
Of course, self-service will take that off your plate.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's where this thing really scales, doesn't it? You know, when that happens. But yeah, we've been working with all sorts of people from different walks of life, you know, from educators, CEOs, thought leaders, TV presenters, anybody, everyone and anyone really.
Well, I got to mention this one because I know how excited you are about it. Is that yesterday we had a call that Justin couldn't be on. He prepped a beautiful demo for us. By the way, our whole platform where it says Twin Protocol when you logged in can be private labeled for partners. We want to enable people to have their whole ecosystem of twins. So we were on the phone, and I could say this because we know them so well. We were on the phone with Crickbuster, and they are a cricket fan organization, and they're very well connected to cricket players worldwide. They're actually the founder is actually in Dubai right now for the big tournament. Is it the ICC tournament? ACC tournament?
Yeah. That's like
ICC.
The big one. Yeah.
Well, sorry, I could talk about American football and offend like 200 million people, but when you say wrong things about cricket, it's 1.5 billion people that watch the game. Second only to soccer with 3 billion people. It's the second biggest sport in the world. And so Justin, we haven't talked since then. I'm happy to report that Crickbuster is more than interested. They're already promoting it in Dubai and talking to certain cricket players there. They have Crickbuster. You can go to their site, crickbuster.com, and see that. So thumbs up on that one.
Oh, that's good. That's great. Yeah. I'm more into test cricket myself.
Right?
What's that?
You're an avid cricket fan. That was the point.
I am. Yeah. I am an avid cricket fan. I always go to the games, particularly, watching England and London. I've been playing cricket as well all my life. So, I've met all the big cricketing stars, in England for the teams over the years. It was great to work on a cricketing project. And show them how it works. But I think that's the thing that a lot of people wouldn't know about the product, is that it's also a white labeled service. So we can create new clients and give them their own showroom and give them their own domain attached to their websites, and they can configure through the back end tools like a CMS that allows them to change the color palette, change the links to their social channels, update their logos, really just make it look like their own show, basically. So some of those projects, we've got two or three of those coming up at the moment, and it's great to see that working. We spent a lot of time last year in the trenches building this, what we used to call the new platform, to get all those things in place. So it's great to see people leveraging that, and it's particularly useful for companies that a bit like your example there, where they have maybe anything between 5 to 100 twins, and they don't want to share our platform with them because of discoverability and those sorts of things once you've got thousands of twins. So you can have your own site basically with your own twins.
Yeah. Imagine the use cases around that. Let's just overlay our app. There's the protocol. We talked about this last week. There's the protocol, which includes the Vault and ID. There's apps that we've homegrown, like Twin Studio. We've shown that over the past couple of weeks. Make your twin talk to you. And then there's other apps like Twin TV. And then there's a series of kind of simpler AIs called agents, and that's where LinkedIn Synergy comes in, and Image Analyzer. But Twin TV, imagine a show where your twin has a conversation with some of the biggest cricket stars, and you're talking back and forth, and it comes from your vault, your interest, the cricket player's interest. You're talking. Now, one thing we didn't talk about in the product pipeline, and we don't have a date yet, is IDA. AIDA, AI digital assets. We're that's actually really far along, but we've got so many things in the queue. We're getting there. AIDA is the marketplace where your twin conversation, your twin TV show, your conversation with a cricket star and you, or a cricket star and a famous person from history that you created, are public twins. Basically can be minted as an NFT and sold on NFT platforms. So you're selling little tidbits of your show to people that they can own and own a part in, that they can take, Justin, and eventually import back into their twin vault as training data. So we're actually allowing AIs to create data, sell it as a digital asset, import it back into your twin vault as training data. So basically, these are little educational snippets. We expect scientists. I was on the phone with a very well-known scientist last night on his group kind of podcast, and he's got 9 books. He's very well respected. He can now sell bits of information that people can buy and put into their twin brain, so their twin brain is educated on these very complex thoughts. So that's another thing. Imagine the twin TV show where your twin is talking to other twin cricket players, for example. And what about if you want to give that as a gift? What about if you want to give, I'm sure one of your sons likes cricket, right? Is that a stretch, Justin?
It's a stretch, yeah, unfortunately.
It is. I would have thought you definitely would have brainwashed them in. But let's say you want to get them into cricket. You can have their twin talk to a cricket star, and maybe that's a birthday gift for them or some kind of fun thing you're giving to them, or whatever they like. What they like, video games, Justin? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they've been to a lot of my gaming studios over the years, so they're avid gamers for sure. Yeah.
Well, they're still off the old block. And remember, we talked about this. Justin was the COO at the Decentraland, and also heavily involved in the video game industry, which is why our game aspects are so awesome, and the user interface. Of course, you're working with Scotty, you're working with Kuldeep, you're working with Neetu, Narendra, the entire team, and they're doing a fantastic job. The website, the interface is super easy to use. So thank you for that.
Oh, you
appreciate it. I just thought I'd inject with, as far as the pipeline is concerned, we've got that cricket client. We expect they'll have a private label on our platform, as many of our partners are building apps around that through the SDK. We're the inner workings of the vault. You must have twin token in your vault to have a twin, and that will cover your base blockchain costs and storage costs, because you will be storing the videos you create, your training data. And as you said, kind of my thoughts went this direction because we spent a lot of time getting to this platform point. It's really starting to wow people, and the virality around that, I think, catches on through all these different types of clients that are in the pipeline. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah, it's growing organically now, isn't it?
Yeah,
pipeline, like you said, is buoyant, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of twins. And that means more and more traffic coming to the site through. It's really also a means of user acquisition, because people come to talk to the twins, and they hear about it, they tell their friends about it, it's viral. Super good.
Yeah, and then everybody must have the twin tokens vaulted to have it work to begin with. So I can't believe we're already 30 minutes into this conversation again. And, it's another. So we have some questions that have come up on recent AMAs, and I just did a AMA that was supposed to be an hour, went an hour and a half with questions with a group out of Africa. Of course, we have a global. This product is not only global. Has global reach, but it globalizes people. People are still blown away that their twins can speak Mandarin and Hindi. And even I am to this day. So I'm gonna Justin, we're gonna have a dialogue on some of these questions. I thought it would be useful for us to kind of, you and I, talk about some of the questions we're hearing. And I'm gonna start with the basics, because I assume some of the stuff you guys already know. I think they're good reminders as to who the team is here that's building twins for the world. And one of the first questions that we had is, who are you and who is your team? So let's reiterate. Now, Stacy Engel is the CEO of Twin Protocol. She has been creating, not creating. She's going to be back soon. Some of you know her from the previous. Yeah. She just gave birth to her second son. And she'll be back maybe even next week, and you'll see more of her. So speaking on her behalf, Stacy has worked with Fortune 100 companies as a coach for many years. She was a CEO and leadership at Fierce, which is a company that was consulting with brands all over the world. And she has a particular skill set in training. She's trained some of the world's biggest CEOs, and successfully built that business. And met Stacy. I met Stacy about 3 years ago, subsequent to meeting Ben Gertzel of Singularity Net, who helped originate the idea. Quickly, my background is that I have been involved with startups and young companies, growing them from idea to one went to over $3 billion. And that was in the human capital HR tech marketplace, which also helped originate the idea here, because still your twin is going to work for you while you're sleeping and earn you twin tokens. And so a lot of the premise around that came from that. And then, but internally, we've got people with decades of consulting experience. We've got young, bright engineers that are AI specialists that are bringing their expertise to the table. Justin, we've talked about you. I'll just speak on your behalf now. We know your background. I mentioned earlier, a COO of one of the, of a company that was the top 100. At one point, Decentraland was the top 20 token in the world as well. So, and that's a metaverse. Rode that wave. Has gone, we're still looking forward to working with them in some capacity. And of course, you have the video game background. Do you want to talk about a little bit of the team on the tech side that you have working in your group as well?
Yeah, so we have Scotty, like you mentioned earlier. He's our sort of QA lead. He was also my QA lead when I worked on a video game called RuneScape for 10 years. So he's had a lot of experience. He was at CCP as well, for anyone that knows EVE Online, which is a big game. Various game studios between us. So we've learned how to develop products using the correct methodologies and such like through our backgrounds. But yeah, we've also got like a great team with Kuldeep and Vishal, who are like helping out on the project management side and also the technical side, technical leads. We have around I'd say it's around like 20 people, 25 people working on the product from on the engineering side. And we work in what you think of as squads. So we have like ring-fence different teams that are working on different parts of the product. So that means like we can scale as we work on new projects, like new apps or new features, or completely different parts of the company. So that's really helpful in making sure that our priorities get done and we don't get too much overburden there. Helps us scale using squads. And we have under Scotty and QA, there's around 4 or 5 of us working on, of the QA team working on the actual Twin Protocol project itself. Front end, back end engineers, UI, UX designers, the whole shebang really. So it's a great team. Really enjoying working with them, and it's one of the best teams I've worked with, I would say, over the years. And then we've also got on the kind of ops side, we have an ops team, which you probably want to talk a little bit about, and the marketing team and the accounts team and the business development team and the sales team. So yeah, it's a big organization.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Stacy really is the day-to-day execution leader. Of course, she's coming back soon, and she works really closely with Jordan Chorus, who has been involved with crypto since the mid-teens, so really has a solid knowledge. And also Don, who works with her. They do a tremendous job of managing socials, managing all the executables, working with partners. My job really as president is to bring big partnerships that's going to help us expand our twins quickly, and big strategic moves like that, whereas Stacy works inside the operational side. So that team on the ops side, just going back to the tech side, the tech side team, they build apps for professional sports. They build apps for governments. A tremendous team there. Similarly, on the ops side, these are people that have worked with Fortune 500s. Now, I will also say that we are extremely agile in how we approach things. We have tremendous startup experience with what we have. And so we've not only had to use all of our experience in rolling out software, but also in moving quickly. Mm-hmm. And so on the blockchain side of things, you talk about an all-star cast of people that we have advising us on the token. We have a list of advisors that are who's who in the blockchain world, especially some of the people who have been involved with us early. They're helping us to make sure we hone, how do we really build utility? What's Twin Core? What's the storage capacity of Twin Core? And does everybody get Twin Core? And the answer is yes. And that means you have to vault tokens to start your Twin. So there is, dozens and dozens of people behind on this team that I'm proud to say now are rolling out these products and are gaining major traction. So that's a little bit on us. Some of the other questions we've had on the from the AMAs, we talked a little bit about this, Justin, but can you go into detail on what Twin Protocol is building? We talked about the vault, we talked about the ID, we talked about the apps, the agents. Anything else you want to add there? What we said today?
I mean, fundamentally, at a very basic level, it's really about building something that's available for everybody. It's about sharing your own knowledge and being able to reach, a bigger audience for people to share knowledge, but also for you to gain knowledge from talking and interacting with other twins. Let's go and talk to Beethoven and find out some information we didn't know before. And the platform really is what makes that all possible. So, the ability to create your own twin, the ability to train your own audio. And you saw like last week, what's really different about this is that it's so realistic that, I've seen a lot, maybe like a few years ago, the realism of an AI was pretty easy to spot, like, but now it's more immersive because it's more realistic, which is great. And we've been able to adapt and build upon that as part of the product in allowing these kind of photorealistic and streaming of video, so you can talk to almost like a very realistic twin of yourself. And that's what we've been building, is the ability for fundamentally to do that, but also for organizations to do that themselves as well. And that's where we're a protocol as opposed to a particular product itself. Anyone could go and build what we built at the front end of Twin Protocol, using our technology. So that's really what we've been focusing on, and that's what the product is.
Yeah, and strategically, the reason we're doing this is to provide you the tools so that your AI can speak on your behalf, sometimes to humans, but where it's really going to be critical is when your AI is speaking to thousands of other AIs on a daily basis to help you get things done. And as I've said on some of these AMAs where we're getting these questions, if you don't have your AI trained on you, there's a problem. How will it do the things you want it to do? How will it know who you are? How will it know what's private? And furthermore, if we outsource that, quote unquote, to big tech, oh, you know who I am. You take all my emails. You got all my documents. You tell me. They will gate our knowledge with a business model and probably filters. And they'll also suck that into basically, be a part of the bigger picture, which AGI, artificial general intelligence, and just them building their business model is really what they do. So being a blockchain training data company at our core with Twin Protocol, where we don't see a lot of competitors, by the way, interfaces, we integrate with them. Algorithms, we're going to integrate as many algorithms as possible into your vault so your vault can do amazing things. We're already doing that. But we don't see a lot of people in building the training data, the personal decentralized training data side that you own. I mean, when you sign in with Web2 and you sign in with big tech monikers, Google, Apple, what have you, you're giving them your data, which they are now really monetizing. And this is the premise. So we're a protocol because we're giving you and all of your partners the tools, tech partners, and the partners we have, to own your own twin, own your own you. So that's really, philosophically what we're doing here. So that's what we're building. With another question came in: what industries or use cases are best suited for Twin Protocol? This is about, I'll let you elaborate on this, but this is about building a twin for you. So wherever you do, your twin's going to have to do as well. Do you want to elaborate on that from a use case standpoint?
I would say, but yeah, there isn't a particular area which is more useful than others. It's for anyone and everything. I tend to think of it as the new future of using Google search. if I want to know something about a legal question, I can go into Twin Protocol and ask my lawyer. If I want to ask something, I'm buying a house. If I want to find out about, land surveys, I can ask somebody that has that knowledge base on the platform. So without going like into every single kind of career knowledge, it's for anybody and anything that has something to share.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the real estate side. On the Angel Twin side, which is Angel AI, they have 200,000 users there, and quite a big number of their users are from the real estate and mortgage industry. And they have a whole 40 years of training data on that industry, and their neural net is really good at calculating figures, and it's quite accurate. So just integrating with them allows us to give real estate professionals their own AI twins where they can talk about their listings or the mortgage or how to buy a home. And that's really revolutionary, especially integrating with that huge network that already has hundreds of thousands of users. So yeah, there is no use case that we're finding that isn't good for this, because you're training your twin to do work on your behalf for any industry.
Yeah. And it's also, the chance for those creators, that teacher that wants to teach through the application can earn a living through doing that, right? They can earn money from sharing their knowledge, from helping people. So yeah, I haven't found an area yet where it wasn't suitable.
Yeah. A question from what about businesses just came in. Thank you for the questions, by the way. We just mentioned one. So real estate professionals will be able to have their twins sell homes or explain the business on their behalf. We already have retailers that use the twin internally to train their products to their team in different languages where they can't do it. We have authors with dozens of books whose biggest markets are in languages they don't even speak. So that's another way to go about it. We talked about our partnership with Perk and how Perk is already using twins and selling twins into enterprises for internal knowledge bases. Now, we're hoping that it becomes decentralized internal knowledge bases where the employee can take it with them. But so enterprises love this. One of our early premises that still holds and we're selling on is, what about departing employees? What do you do with that knowledge? Well, departing employees, when they have a twin, they can leave that knowledge behind. So businesses we're integrating with now, it really boils down to, in this world, everybody needs to create their own twin. We're living in a more decentralized world. People aren't working for 40 years at a company anymore. They're sharing their knowledge and moving from place to place. Furthermore, AI is going to be doing, as we already know, there's 800 million jobs, or at least I've said this, 800 million jobs will need to be reskilled by 2030. 22% of the global workforce will need to be reskilled. So this allows enterprises to bring in the AI subject matter expertise of people and integrate that into the business, all stored in the Twin Vault, the blockchain vault, which can be then is an asset, a digital asset itself, which access can be granted for twin tokens to access that. That's part of where we're going. So what about businesses? All over it. All over it. Matter of fact, one of our other partnerships, On One, they are integrating their energy storage units like power cubes into buildings. So not just businesses for humans, but businesses for things to humanize things, to give a human-like persona. The IoT devices will have twin vaults so that they can talk to humans in English or Hindi or French or Italian. So love the business side of it. And there's an enterprise page. Justin, you asked me you asked my twin what we're doing for enterprises. I suggest go to the new website, click on enterprises. My twin tells you all about it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, last question, because we're already at time. What security measures are in place to protect user data? Number one, this is a Web3 company and your data is in the blockchain. We're progressively making that tighter. We have some innovations that we're wrapping your prompts and responses. There is no blockchain vector database that's sufficient where you send data to a LLM and they don't take it. So we actually have an innovation where we're wrapping your data inside of encryption, wrapping the data inside of an encryption to make sure that vector databases protect your data, even if it's going externally to other places. So we're a blockchain company, and that first and foremost is data security, because your data is not going to a centralized server and who knows what they do with it. You want to elaborate on that at all?
I mean, that's one area, isn't it? It's the security. of the encryption and the blockchain, but it's also, you know, people will also be KYC'd when creators, you know, we want to make sure that it's not possible to use Twin Protocol for deep fakes, impersonating, IP infringement, those sorts of things. So that's another area where, as part of the self-service process, there is a KYC, which these days takes about 2 minutes, which is great. But yeah, we're making sure that, you know, it's safe and it's a nice place to be.
And that's part of our fundamental Twin ID product, where people, in order for people to know if something's been approved when it looks just like somebody, we expect that there will be something like a blue check mark for AI. And if it doesn't have the blue check mark of the individual, then it might not be real. So, and that's what the Twin ID is. It allows a person to create their own vault. AI must consult with their vault in order to be created. And whether it's a video or a picture or text, there's a blue check mark Twin ID on that to verify that it actually came from that person. So security is really important to us. And I know Stacey, our CEO, as we mentioned, it's really near and dear to our heart, especially from a youth standpoint, to make sure that we're protecting kids and the disenfranchised. So I think, Justin, I think that's it. I think we're already over by 2 minutes. And we can keep going. But
well, the weeks are flying by, so we'll be back very soon.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Keep twinning, everybody. Go to our new website, sign up if you haven't, create your own twin. Do it before we launch Twin Core, which is coming out March 14th. Did I set the date right, Justin? March 14th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you want to sign up now. So talk to you soon, everybody. Thanks for watching.
See you later.